Hello there, this is Susanna Sophia Kramer, your digital diva for the Ventura County Camera Club. I'm here to show you a brand new tool in the latest upgrade to Lightroom CC. It is Lightroom CC 2015.6, and this is called the Guided Upright tool. Now, the Upright tool used to be in the lens correction panel, but you can see it is not here any longer. It has now been moved to a new panel called Transform. And here we have auto, level, vertical, full, just as we had in the old panel, but now we have the addition of the Guided Upright tool. You can click on Guided, you can click on the tool itself, or you can Control-Command-T. No, that was wrong. Hang on. I think maybe it's Shift-T. Let's see if, yes, Shift-T. Okay. So first of all, we're going to look at this image, which was taken with a wide-angle lens and is very wonky, as you can see. And first of all, we're going to go back to the lens correction panel and click on Enable Lens Profile Correction. So you can see the difference that clicking on that made. This was taken with a Canon 17-40 on a full frame camera. And also let's click on Remove Chromatic Aberration while we're about it. There's no harm in clicking on it. So let's now go down to the Transform panel and try the old auto and see what that does. It does a pretty good job, but there are cases like this image where it's not entirely wonderful. So there is the automatic transform. So I'm going to turn that off, and now I'm going to take the Guided Upright tool. And I'm going to draw lines on the verticals and horizontals to sort this out. So you can put up to 4 lines on an image. So I'm going to put one here on this vertical. And as you can see, we have here a loop that is helping us zoom in to see what we're looking at. And down here we have Show Loop. You can turn this off or on. Also, we can show a grid, but the problem with the grid is that it will always be on your images whether or not you're using the tool. So I think never is a better idea, and you can turn it on if you need it. All right, now let's draw a line on this side. That looks about right. So now we have our verticals sorted out, but we're still very wonky on the horizontals. So as I said, we have up to 4. So let's put our first one up at the top. And then I'm going to put one more down on this step, just to make sure the steps are in line with everything else. There we go. So now we have it. The Guided Upright tool. I say done, and I can show you the difference between the automatic here and the upright guided. Next thing is to bring in a crop. Done, and there you have it. We went from this to this, to this, and to this. Good. I'll show you a couple more images quickly. This one of a church is very wonky, as you can see. So let's see what we can do with this one. Again, we're going to take, first of all, Lens correction, remove chromatic, enable. Lens correction, again, it's a Canon. This one is an old lens, a 24 to 85. What is really nice is that to see your profile, we used to have to go to a different tab, and now it's right there on the first tab. So that saves quite a bit of bother, a few clicks. Every click helps. Okay, down to the transform tool, and let's try the auto again. Not bad. Now we'll try the guided. Okay, I'm going to put an upright down here. And I'm going to put an upright here. All right, now let's go across the top of the church. And let's also do the bottom step just to be sure we're all lined up. And say done. All right, so now we can see the original, the automatic, and the manual upright. It's considerably better, I think. It doesn't look as tilted, as keystoned. It's much straighter. It doesn't look as elongated. I think this is because of the keystoning, it looks very elongated. This one is completely straight. Sometimes a little keystoning is a good thing, but not in this instance, I don't think. Now let me show you some of these sliders down here. The scale slider will show you what's been done to the image. Okay, and then we have the old vertical and the old horizontal, and rotate. Double clicking on it brings it back to 0, and the aspect, ratio, and the scale I showed you, and then we have offset. You can move it from side to side, or you can move it up and down. So let's click on everything and bring it all back to 0. Scale is at 100%, everything else is at 0. And now again, we'll just add a crop. Top looks pretty good. I think I would bring the bottom somewhere here and say done. And you can clone in the sides or crop this side out. Let's see how far we can come in on this side. Oh, that's okay. And say done. All right. I have one more to show you. This is a street in Chester. These buildings are all 16th, black and whites are all 16th century. And although some of them lean, they don't lean this much. So let's see. Again, we're going to go to, I'm resetting everything. Okay. So now we're going to go to the lens correction panel. And that's all. Now we're on a Sony 18 to 105, which is an APS camera. So the 18 to 25 is actually 24 to 155, I think. It's a rather good lens. Then we go to transform, and we'll try the auto. It's not bad, but I think we can do better. So now we'll go to upright. Let's see, what are we going to use? Let's use something newer for the upright so we know that it's going to be straight. And on this side, how about this building? If I can find the edge of it, right there, I think. Okay, that's way better. All right. And then let's go over to the church. and straighten that out and say done. Oh, very good. Now, I'm going to show you another tool along with this, which is also fairly new. And this tool will work with the gradient, the radial, or the adjustment brush. And we're going to use it with the gradient. So I'm going to bring a gradient down because I want to darken this sky a bit. It just doesn't have any detail in it. And let's make it a little bit bluer. Not too much. We don't want to make it unreal. Add a little bit of magenta. And let's see. If I bring this down a bit. It's got a little detail in the sky now. But you can see that this gradient has also affected these buildings and made them bluer and darker. Well, we don't really want that. So this is where the new brush comes in. Underneath the adjustment brush, you see this brush. So we shall choose that. And I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to click on Erase. And make sure the parameters here are what you want. Also make sure Auto Mask is turned on. Now I'm going to click on Show Selected Mask Overlay. This shows you everywhere that mask is active. 100%, 50%, 25%, 0. That's how the gradient filter works. So you notice I have a minus in my brush because I clicked on Erase. And now if I keep that minus within the building and don't let it go out into the sky, it will automatically mask everything out of the gradient or of the adjustment brush or of the radial filter. So I'm going to go all the way down, get rid of all the pink. This is called a rubylith mask from the days of darkroom. I don't know how many of you did darkroom. Now we'll come on this side. As I say, keep that minus within. If you go over by mistake into the sky, you can hold the Alt or Option key down and you see it now returns to a plus. And you can put that back in. Let go and it becomes minus again. Okay. So here we go. All right. Well, that's most of it. I think that's pretty good. All right, I seem to have missed a spot there. A spot there. Okay, so now I'm going to say done. And I shall go to here. You can see the buildings darkened by the gradient. And here it's removed. And we have a bright building again. I'll show you that again. With the gradient filter on. And then the brush stroke. Removing what you don't want. So there you have it. The new upright tool. And the fairly new, I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Let's have a look. It won't seem to come on. Let's see. I need to, oh, I know. I need to activate it. There we go. Brush, let's see what it's called. Selected mask with a brush, that's all it's called, a brush, and erase. And there you have it. Okay, so this is Susanna Sophia Kramer signing off. See you next time. Bye-bye.